Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream here of Epic Proportions or whatever. And yeah, just trying to figure out the right kind of settings. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good day. But, it's like this. I can't sleep. It's like this kind of impromptu podcast, live podcast where I can't really sleep that well and well, yeah, kind of sucks. And I'm trying to get the right kind of settings, and I do apologize. Like for whatever reason, I think I put a new background in, right, and then I can't get the settings. I can't move it over. Here we go. Kind of. We'll see. I mean, it's like seriously. Eh. It's crazy. Like right here, if you notice down here, yeah, like down here, I can't even get that. I think I put a new background in, and I'm trying to do everything I can to get it where it's staying, you know. But this is not like anything special, this live stream or anything, but it's just one of those yeah, live stream things, It's like okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I probably want right there, and it won't let me like move it over here. There we go. Can I move it? No, I can't even move it. Watch, I can't even move this over here. You know, crazy how that works out, huh? But I like I say, I didn't want to like wasn't anything special or anything this live stream. It was just more like a video podcast type where I can't sleep and I might as well do something like crazy. Just, you know, sleeping patterns is crazy. It's all whacked and funky and all that good stuff. So I had to do something in order to keep myself occupied. Well, not occupied, but I don't want to. Well, maybe you don't know. Maybe you're one of those that doesn't have trouble sleeping or whatever. I mean, and anyway, it's like one of those things where it's like I try to not much really going on in my life. Uh, um, I get I have the sleep apnea thing, and it's like I'm just still waiting for a CPAP machine, and they said about a month ago they said, well, we'll call you, and they'll get a hold of you. The place at the area, the medical equipment facility place will get you set up in about a week or two, and that was well over uh, a couple weeks now. It's like at some point, it's like, come on, seriously, what's going on here, huh? Um, yeah, it's like Come on, it's like, come on, really? I mean, can't there be like a um can't there be like a um StreamYard's kind of cool. But anyway, it's like, what, can't there be a better system in place where you're able to like uh um aren't you isn't there like a better thing where they can at least call you or something, just it's one of those things where it's kind of frustrating. But hey, I figure, you know what? I might as well do like a video podcast because you know what? There's individuals that like, there's individuals that just, have whoa. Anyway, at least you're gonna get some kind of effects, special effects, I guess, with it. This video podcast. But can't there be a well, at the very least, this podcast, this video podcast will help you fall asleep or something. But it's one of those things where it's so crazy where you can't get any help. You try to sleep, you can't even do that. You know, too tired to even sleep. I try to get to bed at a decent time, and I still can't even get to bed at a decent time. Like one of those things where I go to bed and it's just last week was great. I slept really good. You know, really good last week. Um, but I just needed to do a video podcast, and well, but last week it was one of those things where I slept like it was catch up sleep, and well, you know how it is. Maybe not, right? But like I say, it's one of those things where it's just you know normally there's a lot to say, but I'm just tired, kind of, and I'm so tired I can't even sleep. I'm probably more mentally tired than physically, which is not always the best thing to always go through. But uh, you know, like I say, uh, you know, it's Friday, November 7th. I already put my 40 hours in, so hopefully that's a good thing. Not working any overtime or whatever. But yeah, like I say, you know, I don't think there'll be that many people that watch this video podcast, but if you happen to watch in the future, maybe you know what I'm going through, and maybe I can help you fall asleep. I just, have nothing really to chat about, but just, you know, I just wanted to make a video because I didn't know you know, what else to do. One of those things where it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll make a video podcast, and at the very least, you can get some, graphics in the background, I guess. And yeah, I guess I really don't know what else to say except it's November 7th, 2025, Friday. Uh Friday, November 7th, 2025. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Maybe you're, if you happen to watch in the future, which looks like that's what it's going to probably boil down to, is individuals are going to be watching in the future. I guess I don't know what else really to say except, Broncos beat the Raiders 10-7. Yeah, it was a really good win. Oops. That's kind of cool. Some games here, okay. Anyway, Broncos beat the Raiders 10-7. I guess there is something to talk about YouTube TV, and maybe I'll share that in a short so I can get some views on that. YouTube Shorts, probably share the fact that the Broncos and or not the Broncos and the Raiders, that YouTube TV taking away ESPN because of their disagreement with Disney or whatever didn't pan through, so that's why they instead of paying. And I guess I could see YouTube TV's point, but I think at some point they're going to be like, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that because how much business have they lost? Look, ESPN is not. I say what you will about ESPN, but they have college football games that a person wants to watch, right? And so, you know, it's crazy how they you know want to do that, take away uh people's, like, come on, really? You really want to take away people's right um to watch their one of their favorite streaming platforms? Really? Look, ESPN gets huge ratings from ESPN college football. Let's not kid ourselves. That's pretty much where it's 70% of the ratings come from. And I'm probably being very generous with that. Very generous with the fact that YouTube gets 70% of YouTube ratings from college football. It's probably more, 80%. You know, just football in general, NFL Live, whatever you have. Uh, ESPN's going to get their ratings from that, and YouTube TV. I don't know. I guess only time will tell for how that's all going to pan out. I always think college football is the greatest thing to watch. I mean, it's almost better to watch college football than it is to watch versus NFL. I think more and more people like college football than they actually do NFL because, well, for one, there's a little more variety in the fact that there's more teams to watch. And even if you play college football, you have the ability to play in the NFL. So a lot of people don't realize that. If you could play what do they get the players? They get the players from college football. A lot of the 100. I can almost guarantee 100% of the players come from college football. Whether it's American or Canadian. It's fun. College football is fun to watch. That's for darn sure. And I say it's one of those. It's a fun thing to watch. Is college football. Uh, like I say, YouTube TV. I don't know if they're I don't know if YouTube TV is going to have some ratings problems in the future. But that very well could be a an issue. Definitely an issue with uh yeah, definitely an issue with definitely an issue with no, just sorry, just reading some notes, reading some news, I guess. I think news is if you don't know what's going on in the news and you obviously don't follow it, and some people don't. I get it. Some people don't. There's not everybody's going to be the same. Uh, you know, I get it. But was I talking about like YouTube TV? I mean, I think that it's going to be one of those things where how in the world is YouTube TV gonna are they gonna lose ratings? Look, I do my stuff for free. The social media I do is all free. It's just all entertaining. It's entertaining, for I like doing it. If I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't make video podcast or live streams or shorts or whatever on my YouTube channels. And I totally get it. I totally get that. It's never gonna. This channel will never pan out. And the few channels that I have, um, like I say, it's not about trying to. It's not about trying to get. If I would have just done it on purely on, if it was based on just fame, I would have stopped a long, long, long time ago. I would have stopped a long time ago. But it's about having fun. I never do things for never having fun. I always wanted to have fun and to do things. Always. Guarantee it. I would have stopped a long time ago if if it was about the numbers. If it was about the numbers, you know, I probably wouldn't even start it. But you know, I did start. So yeah, I guess um well, it's about having fun and making video podcasts like this one. Love it. You can't go. I mean, I can't go wrong. I mean, I can obviously. Someone will say you're crazy. You just do nothing. You have no viewers. You don't have any subscribers. I don't look at that. I look at it, each and every one of you, even if the numbers are small, even if the numbers are micro. Uh, I mean, even on YouTube, a channel of uh 55,000 is actually a very small channel, even compared to like just 5,500, and let alone just 55. You think about how micro small my channel is, and it's just I don't let that phase me. I don't let that stop me. I keep on going and I keep on plugging away, and you know, will it pan out? No, probably not. But if it does, it does. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'm at the point where I really uh I mean, I don't want to say I don't care, but I really don't. You know, I just like making videos, and I- I think everybody that should be everybody's attitude. Everybody's attitude should be they're keep on plugging away, and maybe eventually I'll get to the point where maybe I can get to 100, even 1,000 subscribers. But I just don't look at it that way. I look at also the viewers. The viewers on for what this channel is, I think that the Gordon Miller Show channel, is a channel that's really doing good because I'm getting I have over 160,000 views. Like 163,000 views the last time I checked. So, if there's channels out there that have they have 1,000, maybe even up to 5,000 subscribers, but they're not getting any views. Their view count is really quite low. So everybody looks at, oh, subscribers, subscribers, subscribers. Well, I look at it as the views. I look at it as views, you know? And why not? Why wouldn't anybody why would somebody actually look at things and look at it with you know, you look at subscribers. I was like, well, look, he doesn't have a lot of subscribers. What are you doing videos? But I look at like the view count. Uh, why do people always forget about the view count? I mean, they don't always forget about it, but some maybe they do. Maybe sometimes they do forget about the view count. I think it's kind of silly. It's like there's so many things on YouTube that there's so many variables that can keep a person going. And you see let's I mean, I'm not going to kid myself. The views that I get are the 99.999% of views are from YouTube Shorts. You know, that's the algorithm. The algorithm will help me with the YouTube Shorts. Do I like that? Heck no. That's one thing I probably don't like about YouTube. I have to get my views on YouTube Shorts. And there's people that complain about, oh, well, I didn't like this video. Well, then don't like it. Hey, the more people that don't like a video, the more people that actually give a dislike, it actually helps out because it gets an action. So it helps out the algorithm in a way where, you know, people are going to be like, well, okay. YouTube is going to be like the algorithm's like, okay, I got a reaction. Well, it's going to get more views that way. Perhaps. Maybe not always right on that, but whatever. Like I say, I just wanted to do a video podcast. But there's always something to talk about. There's always something to talk about. Everybody, this is why I'll never get bored. I'll never get bored with life. I mean, well, everybody gets bored, I guess. But I mean, from a standpoint of there's always something to do. If you ever get bored or down in the dumps, just remember there's always something to do. There's always something to watch. If you get bored with that, you go walking, go for a walk, right? Yeah. Like I say, this channel, like I say, it's not the best, and it's certainly not the best. But I like making content, even though my content is like especially this one. This might get no views. This might get one. This might get 10. I mean, at this point, when I upload a non-short and it gets a view, I'm quite pleasantly surprised. As crazy it is, um, but people are busy. When people see a video or a video podcast or a regular video or whatever, a live stream, they're not going to sit there and watch unless they have the time to do it and they want to do it. But if it's something that it's not gonna interest them, they're not gonna click on the video, and that's fine with me. But since I have a YouTube channel, I might as well just like I say, I might as well make content and do a uh yeah, and do a video. So yeah. Anyway, maybe I cured your insomnia by that aspect alone, or maybe um, yeah. Like I say, everybody, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. Um, I'll be able to end the stream. I'll just do a little end stream. Anyway, thank you very much. It won't even let me end stream. Hmm. Thank you. Hopefully, it will let me end it. I guess not. I guess not. Well, then you'll hear me talk a little more, I guess. Perhaps. Well, I'm going to try something. Hopefully it works. Everybody, have a great day. Thank you very much.